Hello. I'm playing Crimson Desert today. This is my first video recording a video game with me talking over it. And it was more complex than I thought to have your voice be recorded separately from the game audio. But I should be good now. The agenda for today, I don't really know. I'm gonna kill some bandits. I'll do a main quest, and then I'll probably just walk into the distance.
Yeah.
When I'm playing, I kind of want to talk about this game. When it first came out, there was a lot of controversy about it. For example, the controls. The thing is, I kind of like complex controls in games. I play games like Devil May Cry, and I like just figuring out how to do all the combos and stuff. This horse is powerful. I remember people were making fun of the developer for saying how they like figuring out the controls for a game like a puzzle. People said that statement was stupid, but I actually agree with that. I'm a weirdo. This is a long, awkward silence. I'm thinking about the next thing to say.
Run.
I'm in my thoughts. I would say this game has a lot of elements that I like. However, as an RPG, I mean, I don't think you would even consider this an RPG. There's nothing really RPG about it.
Yeah.
People say the story writing is bad. I would like to add that there just really isn't much of a story at all. Quest design is also strange. A lot of games have it so when you finish a quest, or a part of a quest,
Death
they will do a great job of pointing you to the next objective. Like the NPC will tell you, you must now go north and go save the village. But in this game, you'll have a conversation with an NPC. The conversation will end, and then there'll be no indication about what you're doing next. The game will just tell you, go to this location for no reason. I'm dying because I'm talking. Normally I can talk and play games, but I guess having it also have a mic in front of my face and the thought that I'm recording right now changes that. Not much of a commentator, so don't expect some zany, wacky commentary. This is not Markiplier. That reminds me of this video I just saw when I was literally searching up how to record audio separately. It was a video of how to record videos like Markiplier. It just has
It's just getting started.
a very wholesome vibe. I just imagine a kid being like, I want to record like a Markiplier. And they search up, they see that video. Get back here. You can't run. I want to show off the combat more, so next time I'll just shut up and play.
Hiya, faster!
Yeah, this type of game, Crimson Desert, is another one of those games like Dragon's Dogma, which I feel like is really close to my dream game. However, it's missing some elements, really preventing it from being a game that I would love to make myself. Crimson Desert has amazing action combat. It has exploration. It has fantasy races, which, by the way, if you make an RPG, fantasy RPG with no fantasy races, what are you doing? the reason why I like Elder Scrolls is because you don't just have humans walking around, you have everything else. A fantasy RPG with only humans walking around is boring. Like the vast majority of the population is humans. Like Witcher. It's a great game, but it's all humans. It's boring. There's some I get that this is not all humans, but you're going to just see humans in every town. Though I haven't played Witcher, so you guys talking BS. I'm thinking about more what I'm talking about. What is happening? Why does it look like this? Hello? Wait, no, I don't know why. I just never met.
I wonder what it's
Never
building
out
with
at
those
nighttime in this
twigs.
game.
Always glad to see.
Pull up a chair and let your cares drift away. Rest up now. Rest up now. My inn is always open to you.
So, my ideal RPG would take elements from this game and Dragon's Dogma. Action combat. Your skills are not based on like superficial stuff like you have 50% more defense. There's actual skills you can use. Like in Dragon's Dogma, my favorite vocation would have to be between a Strider and Assassin. Like the difference between a warrior and a Strider is a Strider becomes a Beyblade.
Go!
And starts cutting people up in rotating in a circle.
Whoa!
There's also big enemies.
Yeah!
You can climb on those big enemies.
Who are they? Oh, Greymane, sir. Trouble. Grave trouble. We've got unknown intruders. Running rampant in the keep. Oh, I scarce know how to describe it. Ghosts. It was as if we were fighting ghosts.
Any idea who they might be?
None. Just crow feathers strewn at the sea.
Hey, we've got something. Intruders got past the guard. They've breached the inner keep.
Save us.
They were tearing the place apart, as if searching for something.
What the hell is going on?
Then, suddenly, they vanished. They might still be lurking around the castle. We should keep an eye out.
Bumpkin.
Something that Dragon's Dogma didn't have that I like in this game, inspired by Breath of the Wild, is the ability to climb on most surfaces. just makes exploration so much better. Because you can literally just walk in a straight line wherever you want to go. Rather than seeing walls as an obstacle. That like, I mean, there's still an obstacle, but it's an obstacle you can overcome by climbing it. Whereas in other games you have to walk around. Then once you climb up the wall, you get to glide down.
I'll round up every man I can.
What is this? What's happening?
Here you are.
You've got metal.
I'm not want to give you anything. Get away from me.
Did they head to the archive?
All is ready. Now to wait for one worthy enough to walk this path. From virtue springs wisdom. Wisdom ever opens the way. If it truly is him, he will surely reach this place.
I've been speaking normally during this
His
video.
good deeds will guide him here.
If that turns out to be too quiet, and luckily I separated the audio, so I'll be able to edit it to be louder. Or I can just bring the mic closer to me. That's too close. That's good. That's fine. Oh, these people. Oh god, I'm surrounded.
You expecting me to get it better? Get a dog! Just die already! You won't get away!
They're gonna kill me. Yep.
I'll break you down! Die! Strike at the neck! We're getting worse. Consider where you went wrong.
Jesus Christ!
Calling you bad would be unfair.
Catch my breath. I'll break you down.
Hurry up! Let's do this!
Pound him into the ground!
This is hideous!
Alustin! It's you. Alustin, stay with me. What happened? White Crow has been taken. What do you mean? Who did this to you? My wounds matter not. You must find her quickly. Follow him, the Crow, and stop the Black Witch. Who is that? One who covets White Crow's power, if she succeeds in claiming it. White Crow must never fall into her hands, no matter what. You must do whatever it takes. Go after him. Find White Crow.
A lot of ARPGs have combat, but the combat in itself is not really that in-depth when it comes to the moves you can pull off. The combat in this game has a lot of moves to the point where you can get overwhelmed by the possibilities, which is a good thing. There's not one answer as to how to fight an enemy, which some people look at that as a flaw, as to why should I do this thing when this thing works. I don't see that as a flaw. That just means you have options. Unless something is so absolutely useless and compared to the other options. Everything has a purpose, I feel like. Didn't mean to do that. I mean, this is coming from someone who likes Devil May Cry and other games hack and slash type games, where the goal is not to win combat, but to be as stylish as possible. So my goal in combat is not really to win most of the time, but to just please my own eyes while I'm doing it. There's also a lot of cool stuff in this game that I haven't personally seen yet. I've seen people flying dragons. I've seen people attack planes.
Ah, if it isn't one of the vaunted Greymanes. Took you long enough.
Where is White Crow?
White Crow? Ah, you mean the offering. On her way to the altar as we speak. I've long wondered why Mother
This is
ever
the boss
cared
fight.
for the likes of you.
I'm not already.
Let's find out! Shall we? Is this the best you've got? Seems you have no will to fight! What an utter disappointment. If this is the true extent of a Greymane, then I've no more business here.
Stop right there.
Why would Mother bother with such filth? Kill him.
It's not about. Okay. Guys, you wanna let me. It's fair. So I've been gassing up the game a lot. What could possibly be unsatisfactory about it? One thing I've already talked about is the story and the quest design. It's the same with Dragon's Dogma as well. It just like doesn't really do enough to make you care. Especially since your character doesn't really feel like they're part of the story. I don't know. I mean, what is his motivation? Obviously, just talking about it earlier, but it's just really, there's no character behind it. But if that's the case, then that was an RPG, which, in my opinion, should be one where you create your own character with their own motivations. How is that any better?
So many weak spots in your defense.
For one, in that case, your character, you can have freedom to define what it is their motivation is in the situation. Even better if that game has choices. It's non-linear. Or you can build up your character's personality through playing the game, like in Disco Elysium.
Greymane.
Your skills are also
I
your
sense
character's
White Crow is no longer in her land. They're
personality.
heading to Demonis. We must find her before it's too late.
Like I'm not talking very coherently because my brain is divided 50-50 between the game and what I'm saying. I'll just get to the point with what I'm talking about. An ideal RPG for me is pretty much Dragon's Dogma in this game. The combat of these. Throw in some Devil May Cry in there too. Why not? Have a lot of freedom in the abilities, the movesets of a character. Every weapon should feel like an entirely different character you're playing, as well as the abilities you can choose. I know as games like Diablo, Path of Exile have a whole lot more abilities. In Dragon's Dogma, they allow you to have a couple of abilities due to button combinations. I think the idea should be explored more. Why should all the abilities be kept to MMOs and top-down ARPGs? But you can also just intertwine them into the general controls, like in Crimson Desert, where I can do this type of kick.
This one's done.
This. I can do this. This. I can do this. All just by pressing button combinations, different orders, different context. Also, the game should have Sekiro parrying. That's necessary. Sekiro is my favorite Souls game. It has the best combat, hands down. If you say anything else, you're wrong. On the other hand, you have combat, what I've just been talking about. However, it's clear that clearly I'm trying to insinuate that combat is not the only thing that is important for my ideal RPG.
Stand.
Is obviously the role-playing part of the RPG. And I've noticed that the worse the combat is in the game, I guess not really worse. I shouldn't say worse. I say the less action the combat has, the more role-playing it has. What is happening to my horse? Why is he walking and running like this? I keep using items.
Come on! Northern barbarian! Back to the shithole you crawled from, cowards! What do you call that?
The thing is, the role-playing part of an RPG is way harder than the combat.
Yeah. Vater!
There's multiple elements to it. You got the narrative, non-linear narrative, where you give the player options to not only choose what happens in the story, but to choose their character, the character's role in it. What is their personality? How do they feel about the plots, like what is happening, the other characters. A lot of RPGs have the former, where you can choose what happens in the story, but your character still feels like a blank slate, just a vessel for you to act. That's fair. It's not really a problem with that. The only example I can really think of an RPG, at least what I can think of at the moment, of an RPG where your character can be more defined, is Disco Elysium, which is funny because your character is defined by the voices in their head of each skill. I feel like another important part of RPGs is kind of neglected is the fact that you should be able to solve scenarios in a variety of ways. Immersive sims like Deus Ex do this. You can use combat, just kill everybody in your way. You can use persuasion, persuade everybody that's standing in your way. You can use stealth and sneak by everybody in your way. I'm not even playing the game anymore. There's also a whole bunch of stuff in between that. Like if it's a sci-fi game, you might be able to hack stuff and use that to your advantage for combat and stealth. Point being is that there should be a bunch of systems in place that allow you to roleplay and gameplay using what you think your character would do to solve problems.
I'll break you in two. Now!
I don't know how long I've been recording at this point. I'm not keeping a timer. I plan to end playing when I finish my thoughts.
Filthy skull! Free your end!
Cosmetics. You should give the player. I mean, I feel like a lot of people don't really take that seriously, but I actually do like cosmetics a lot in games. I don't mean paid cosmetics either. I'm talking about cosmetics you can get in the game. I like having a lot of options for how my character can look through their attire, armor. A lot of times you can have this problem though, where if you have cosmetics, people will just be inclined to use what is better in stats. So what you can do is you can remove the cosmetic appearance of items from the stats of the item, or you can just make all the items just kind of normalized and don't really have much difference. It's up to you.
I'm going to enjoy hurting you.
Again, that goes into role-playing. How your character looks. Also, character customization, like when you're actually designing how your character looks. We need to work on that. What's happening? Like having 5 different faces that you get to choose from. That's lame. What happened to all the sliders? I should be able to make my character look like a goblin. You should be able to choose from a variety of different face presets, because I know that's, because obviously you can't do it without face presets, but you should have sliders as well to make further variations of the same face. You should also have sliders for the body too. Everybody just has the same body type. That's weird. That's not how it works. Hairstyles. You'd have more than 5. That's boring. Everybody has the same hairstyles too. What are we doing? It's also rare, but some games have it so the hairstyles, even though you're choosing preset hairstyles, you can also change the hair. Make some variations of the same hair. Like change the bangs, change the length of the hair, change how curly it is. And then there's a bunch of other stuff to talk about character customization. I'll just leave it there though. Oh, height too. You should be able to have different heights. And if you have fantasy races, which if you're making a fantasy RPG, you should have, as I said before, you should be able to play as multiple races too, not just human. Where am I? Must be some type of enemy kingdom. Where am I? The menace? I'm trying to not do that, by the way. I'm not doing this to you on purpose. Gotta do something different.
There's no place for heavyweights like you.
Nice. Indented. What am I missing? I mean, I could go into depth about all the stuff I've talked about already. Especially when it comes to persuasion. And like intimidation speech options to get like stuff done in RPGs. I like speech options where it's not just press this button and then do a roll and determine if you succeeded at convincing this person or not. I like it when games go into more detail, like you actually have to gauge the person's personality and choose the right option. Maybe you need to get dirt on them and convince them, like actually get something prior to persuasion. Also, the characters having a type of rapport, a favor, where it's easier to convince someone who you've done favors for, that person who likes you.
Chop you up so small. What do you call that? Do something, you filth.
And ironically, the Elder Scrolls games are pretty close to my ideal RPG, and it kind of boggles my mind that Bethesda does a lot of stuff that I like that other game studios don't do, and I don't know why. Like, people talk about Bethesda games being buggy, but it's because they, I mean, it's because they make buggy. They may not be that good, but like also they do stuff that other people aren't doing. Like the fact that every NPC has a simulated schedule. You can follow them and they'll go throughout the day doing stuff.
Let's see how you fare.
You can actually follow them to their home. Be a stalker, walk into their home and watch them sleep. We don't do that. It's creepy. Some NPCs are permanently dead. You can kill them. They won't show up again. If it's an even better Bethesda RPG, then all the NPCs are killable. Like in Fallout New Vegas. Bethesda games have, at least the Elder Scrolls games, they have fantasy races. Like I said, you should have if you're making a fantasy RPG. It's not the discussion, by the way. You should be doing this if you're making a fantasy RPG. If you're not, then it's a bad one. It's bad. You should delete it. I'm serious. What was that? Jesus Christ. But judging by the clock, I think I've been recording for 2 hours now. This just did not bode well for my second video on the channel. What is that? It's my neck. What else was I talking? What else should I say about my ideal RPG? Like, this is a more abstract one, but freedom. Can't really say much on that except the player shouldn't feel confined. The freedom to go anywhere they want. To a reasonable degree, of course. You can't have them going outside of the map because there's nothing for them there. Don't just put a wall there. Have something cool happen where like they go out into the ocean. A big old shark will eat them up. Make it fun. Or there was this one game, I forgot what it was called, like ATV MX or ATV versus ATV, I forgot what it's called. But when you reach the end of the map, it just yeets you like 1,000 miles per hour in the opposite direction. Me and my sister would call it the Invisible Yeti. Even though there's nothing physically there. Dude, that's just what we would call it. And I think we tried to look for it, like trying to always going to the edge of the map to figure out what was throwing us. We actually thought there was something there. You know what, that makes it, if I'll make a game that has a boundary to it, and there'll be a Yeti there that throws you. That's what I've decided now. That has to happen. Okay, I've only been recording for 54 minutes. Freedom also means I should be able to do crime. That also means I face my consequences for the crimes, though. Not because you're trying to restrict a player, but because you're trying to show them, you're trying to give them a world that reacts to them and their pursuit of freedom. If I kill it, I just murder a guy in a video game, that's my freedom. But I also expect for that world to send guards after me to arrest me for my crimes. Throw me, lock me up in jail. Throw away the key.
Pulling your blades on us was a mistake. I'll make you regret it.
Or just kill me. Freedom also means that I can get money from doing quests for people, or I can become a merchant and take advantage of trade routes to make thousands of dollars, or I can become a real estate owner and rent out land to people, or I can be a bandit and pickpocket, rob people on the streets, or I can be a craftsman and create weapons and armor for other adventurers. Or I can be a treasure hunter and find the ancient artifacts or gold buried underground. My ideal RPG would have all those options plus more. And they'd all be fully detailed. Not just a little tag, a little addition. I could have a main quest where I'm supposed to slay the dragon that's threatening the world, and then completely ignore it in the pursuit of the mercantile arts. And by the way, I don't even have a problem if after like 50 hours of the game, my absence from the main quest causes the dragon to destroy everything I know and love. I also like time limits and time in RPGs, where it doesn't feel like the world is static, is actually moving around you. And if you don't do the main quest, eventually things will get destroyed. But doesn't that get in the way of freedom? I don't think so. It just makes your time feel more valuable. You'll start thinking about what you're doing every day and whether you should actually invest time in that. You start actually saying no to the quest giving.
Walking away from this, cunt! You bastard! I'll track you down!
This is no place for half-wits like you!
I like that the NPCs are very... They don't give you an opportunity to rest, and they'll take advantage of your blind spots. It actually feels like you're being ambushed by 5 guys. With all the cats. probably gonna end the video soon because I've ran out of things to say about RPGs, I think. If you can't tell, I want to make an RPG. And I want to compile the elements of all the games I like into the RPG. I've noticed that this is kind of separated. You got a game like Dragon's Dogma with great combat, but it's missing good role-playing. You got a game like Skyrim, which has good exploration and world building, but it's got bad role-playing and combat. You got a game like Mass Effect, which has good non-linear story until the third game ends. But it doesn't really have this much role-playing. I'm trying to think of a game that has really good role-playing. I can't really... I mean, I've mentioned like Disco Elysium. Baldur's Gate has good role-playing. Baldur's Gate has good freedom in general. Remove that in post. Do that again. I'll
Stop
probably
staring
make
at
more.
me, cretin.
That's what I thought. Okay, that was aggressive. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. I've ran out. I'm probably gonna end the video right